There's another TP, this time it's Faker.
I mean, the flanking Victor, not as crazy, but Oner's getting in there. He's really making this happen as now the flanking Victor trying to burst down Showmaker, and that he will with the help of Guma. They get a couple of kills, and Guma will survive as well. And so I guess that flanking Victor was pretty good after all. Position, he has no flash. So nicely done by Guma and Faker there.
T1 clearly tightened it up after game number 1. The only way they lose is if they... Oh my god.
Nice equalizer, but that's a Xinjiao. So not really amounting to too much. See him now in a really rough spot. Just totally caught up. Barrel as well just joins him. He says, I won't let you go down alone. Lucid just spinning in the back line. As meanwhile, Doran is just diving. He is Cassante. He's like, okay, turret changes, whatever. And he's going to go down to it, actually. Oner, as well, in a bit of trouble here. Ult's coming down, and actually he's totally fine. The rest of the team, T1, does come in.
Standing is the Nexus, and I don't think it's going to be for very long, Valdez.
Yeah. At this point, Exodia acquired. You've got so much poke with Varus and Victor. And Keria's just going to send an ult in, knowing that they're going to have to stop them on these turrets, but they're not going to stop anything except themselves, as Doran will go down, so they got him, and that's about it. That's a gigantic storm, and Eo is actually going to be sniped there, as down will go the Nexus. It is a Quadra. That was a nice stun to stop the Q on the wave. A bit of damage comes in. Oner, though, not quite able to tank it up, but there it is, the flash, and the fourth shot from Guma.
About that one, because there isn't really a dive opportunity here.
Dive number 2.
Could look for another one.
And, I mean, he doesn't have flash this time, right? But bit of damage comes in. They're not 100% committing just yet, but the Q's going to hit 2. But now that's
Level
the Q
up.
down. Oner going to eat a turret shot, and Sion doesn't really have a lot of damage to trade back. They're just kind of playing with the Sion underneath this turret. The Q is pretty good, but it's not good enough, and Guma picks up a second kill.
Start these up immediately. Sponge moves over, gets full information. All right, there's the weave as well. Andal flashing over, looking for Keria. Hasn't pressed that W just yet, as there it is. Into the wall they go. Seismic Shove is fantastic. Heroic entrance. Not getting the knockups they're looking for, but Andal's still in trouble. Keria going to be going down first, though, as it's both supports lying on the floor. The barrier comes in. Lazy Feel is still going to get cut down by the feathers, and Yukal, oh no, doesn't manage to hit the rocks. As the flash goes forward, the Justice Punch comes in, and oh, that was actually really cute. Coming in towards his top side, and Rich is going to join, looking to try and get rid of Doran. There is still an outer turret up there, so he does have a bastion of safety he can head towards, and Oner could make this interesting. Keeper's Verdict comes down, as there is the public execution. DRX looking to dive on top of the jungler, but Sponge is already down. Meanwhile, there's a battle on multiple fronts. Doran and Keria looking like they're almost winning, as Lazy Feel wants to take down Doran, and he will be able to get there. In the meantime, Rich is limping away from the battle, and Oner says absolutely not. And then Andal can do absolutely nothing. Gumayusi, he'll turn up extraordinarily late, probably just to help his team grab this Arakan buff.
Lazy Feel is in no man's land as well. Looking for some damage here onto Guma, but I think his fate is sealed.
Yeah, let's see whether Lazy Feel can make this interesting. Arakan is on his team at the moment as Lazy... Oh, man. I got so excited that something could... But, man, it's looking a little bit frightening. All right, there's a weave as well. Okay, Yukal, that is an aggressive move. The True Shot Barrage doing so much damage. Another great shove, but Andal still going to be lying on the floor. Sponge goes in. It's going to be the secure of the soul, and this heroic entrance is looking pretty good. Still Ambassador trying to get some work done. Oner is so tanky, it doesn't make any sense. The rock's not going to be enough, but Lazy Feel is able to get that kill in the end. He's going to have to be a real hero now, though, because there are 3 T1 members looking for him and Yukal.
He's got his passive. Maybe he gets out.
Yep, Grand Entrance coming down. Seismic Shove is decent as Keria. Will he actually go down? That's the question. He's trying to back, and it looks like he will survive. Lazy Feel missing a bunch of buttons, and there's a flash forward from Gumayusi. 432 gold.
That's going to be an inhibitor going down here.
Oh, there's the flash taunt. Going to connect onto 2 of them. In goes Andal, though, to try and stop this one from happening. But Lazy Feel, in the blink of an eye, he disappeared. The Ambassador as well. Sorry, Rich. It's a gray screen for now, and it looks like T1 They may not be stopping here, they might just be finishing this game off. Their first win on red side, and a pretty good sign if you want Baron to make a comeback in terms of the battle of the groups. The world champs finally on the board here with a victory over DRX here in game 1 at least. So I guess not necessarily finally on the board. Cannot be stopped, and yeah, they'll get the information. That's really cool. Still, the Baron is going to go down. There's nothing that they can do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm at a loss for this one, Atlas.
Yeah, I am.
Even if he dies, by the way, it's fine.
It doesn't really matter. Equalizer goes down. Yukal is the target. They've decided to kill him, and thus he will die. Andal gonna go down there as well. And yep, Keria gets to buy some items. Shirelli is going to be put together here as he gets that free trip back home. And with Yukal dead, you can see slumped back in his chair, understands that this game was well and truly on his back. And Sponge, it's an interesting little situation here as T1, they understand that it's going to be really hard to stop them from just taking what they want because they can't even die. As Oner goes in, goes back out, that is going to be inhibitor number 1 going down. Mid lane can fall swiftly afterwards. There's an inner turret still up on the bottom side, so 3 inhibs probably not going to happen here, but a dead Nexus, that's certainly on the cards. There are still minions conga lining their way in. 1 Nexus turret remains. As Andal, that Eclipse Shield not going to be enough. The train sails by without causing too much harm to anyone. And Yukal, I think, just going to park himself on the fountain because there's nothing he can do to stop the onslaught of T1. A 2-0. And Baron doubles the amount of kills their group has been able to pick up because the world champs been able to get there here.
Looking really good right now. Grasp, by the way, for Faker and Doran as we are engaged.
Crashdown does come in, but that is a heroic charge and a first blood for Smash. Wei, not sure about that one. Maybe he should have listened to casting. Yeah, for T1. They just have so many tools here in this this mid game. Oner can just press this button over and over again, and Doctom, he had flash, guys, and he uses barrier and dies.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to not flash if you don't get hit by anything, and he thought he could, or he thought he could avoid, but he unfortunately did not. I think flashing in this situation is
dead. There's an Impale.
Oh, God.
And Wei's gonna have to flash. He does manage to do so, as at least they do manage to get some damage onto Keria. Cease and desist, as another crash is gonna come through. Cuz is dead. You didn't ban Skarner, guys. As all right, let's see what BDD can do. Diving towards Smash here as best he can. Gets a killer instinct, but he's dead. Wei's dead. Faker's in there. They're gonna take down the turret. This is a catastrophe. What is going on?
See you in game 2. I think KT feel like they have to okay. This.
Oh dear. Oner's coming in. Wei's going to stop him. They're going to see whether they can kill Doran. He gets the Mega Gnar. Don't know about the flash, but it's going to do its job as Wei is just dead once again. Perfect and Faker are fighting. The Cassante doing some work here as they take down the Silas. Oner is deciding where he wants to drive, and you can see up here nothing going to come of that battle. Yeah, it's looking real good. As Doctom, all right, lying in wait, wanting to get the Chains of Corruption. He hits it on the Skarner, and then gets impaled, and now he's dead. And the Skarner, did he notice? I'm not entirely sure. Another heroic charge coming on through here onto Cuz. Decent crash down, though, as Keria may be falling, but not before Wei goes down. It's a double kill for this Skarner. Yeah.
Maybe!
Oh dear.
Maybe!
Chains of Corruption is going to stop Oner for now. They're focusing the Skarner and actually doing a fair bit of damage here as Doctom. We're going to try and still get these autos in. Keria dives forward, playing pretty good defense, but so is Perfect. Able to knock him back. KT surviving for what feels like such a long time, and Cease and Desist is still up and available. Smash. Is he going to do it? That killer instinct, he dives into the backline. The Magnus Storm, the immediate reaction, and BDD smashes him into the wall. It is still Otacon buff that's available, so T1 can pretty happily do this, as Keria managing to survive for way too long. They take the 100 gold from him, but they lose their Varus and their Vi. BDD, the Chain Lash comes in, he dodges the boulder, and the chains are not quite long enough. And Keeper's Verdict going to miss this time around, as Cuz will find Faker in the backline, but then he will be found by Oner as well. So Cuz is very dead. That's going to be the first one to go down, as Doctom's trying to get some autos in, but he's just dead. Not a lot of opportunity to do anything. The flash doesn't quite work. He wanted to get over that wall, and Perfect is going to acquiesce to his request. And then that might just be all the positive news here for KT, as Perfect will be knocked down. And T1, with most of KT now on the floor, they should be able to walk up and finish this one off. Already the teleport's coming in. Faker, he is done with this game.
He really is. And I think you and I have been for about 15 minutes.
Wait, sorry, 28 minutes and 17 seconds, Wolf, that's about it. Wait, when was Skarner locked in?
Probably about 30 minutes ago?
Yeah, 30 minutes ago, something like that. Yeah, this champion is very, very strong, but T1 also playing exceptionally well. KT not quite able to make this composition work. They will throw some buttons down now, but their Nexus will not be saved. And T1 move up to 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, well, it's quite bizarre.
Yeah.
Trying to tank
the good old
Jace,
Tank Jace. Tank Jax, understanding that he is like the one guy that is going to be frontlining this game. Dr. tagged by a spear is exactly the person you do not want tagged by a spear or by the True Shot Barrage. As now Doran looking for that angle. They poke Shelly in the eye. Let's see whether they do manage to lock this one down. That's the steal from Oner. That gets them the feats of strength, and can they win the team fight? Doran already going to go down. Dr. getting excited, and the essence is picked up by BDD. Throws the Orb of Deception through, and it looks like KT just wanted to get out of there, but Faker says no! Dr. goes down, and BDD has to flash to get out of the way. Spirit Fire going to give him that extra movement speed.
Really? Like, again, KT walking a fine line here on this Dragon.
Yeah, Cuz already getting it so incredibly low as Oner out of vision right now. Faker actually engaging onto Waze, not really the priority target. There's the Cyclone into the back line. Faker gets interrupted, no heroic charge for him. As now Smash might have his first death of the series, but no, he arcane shifts away, keeps himself alive. It is going to be soul point for KT. They kill Oner. It is probably still a great trade for them, but the fact that Smash survives, that's sick. And Doran trying to get on in here as Dr. able to get the Flame Chompers down. Leap Strike to avoid them. Dr. gets taunted, but he does have the barrier. Can he keep himself alive? The answer's no. And there's the knock up onto Cuz as well. Warrior Trickster comes in. He gets, oh my goodness, the Cinders to keep him alive as, oh, Doran, you didn't want to take that one. It's the turret is going to finish him off. And BDD.
Somebody has to be Beryl in this case.
Exactly.
He's cosplaying.
Yeah. Oh, the zap. Oh, even gets the cat. Does he die, though? Dead. Yeah, because, yeah, Smash just chases him down, has the extra movement speed from the Inspire, and it is so doomed. Like, this should be just Baron.
This time, Wei, you're not supposed to go in. Nobody's there. Faker, yeah, as well. Level 1 is Wei.
Oh, yeah, Wei gonna have to flash that one. Oh, no, it's game 1 all over again.
Unacceptable.
Absolute disaster.
Man. Like,
is kind of nutty. Doran gonna cancel his back as the grubs do spawn. He won't be able to reset in time to get over here if they do want to fight this. Equalizer could be important as Wind becomes Lightning, not going to connect. Neither does the Never Move, but the hook is going to be there. They do get on top of Keria, who does get the quickness off. Smash taking a lot of damage. Grand Starfall does bring him in. The Demon Flare available for BDD is Cuz staying alive for so long. Doesn't have Flash though, so he is going to die. BDD just trying to do his best to get a kill anywhere, and it straight up doesn't work. That was a complete collapse from KT, and T1 should be able to grab themselves some extra grubs.
I mean, second and show up. Their engages aren't necessarily as robust. They're more strong defensively.
Oh, Wei is going to find Oner here. Just puts up the door, or the shield. And Cuz is going to go in. Doran not going to overcommit to this one, or is he? Equalizer goes down. It's on to BDD and Cuz, and now Keria looks for the opportunity, gets into that backline. The Ziggs explodes. The entire bottom lane is just already dead. BDD doing a fair bit of work, but it is not enough. Cuz trying to stay alive. The flash does not work. And T1 will wipe the floor with KT.
Yeah, you know, there's very rarely when you make a color point where you're like, I don't know if they should ever really be the ones to attack when they don't know what's going on. We have, you know, the ability to just rejoin. Like, you can't win a Dragon fight because we have Baron buff also. Like, there's just no losing.
There's another equalizer that comes down as Dr. is going to flash into Faker and just pump like a balloon. Faker just bouncing around his ultimate, looking absolutely cool while he does so. And T1, they just kill 3. And they're able to move even further forward. Perfect has decided that he just wants to try and take whatever they can. But I think he's going to be required back home because there is an invasion as T1 look to take down their first inhibitor of the game. and look for even more. Maybe they're just done with this game as Doran is just flashing on top of BDD, who just dies. Oh my god, perfect. Maybe he shouldn't have come home. Maybe he should have actually stayed in the top lane because this game is over. Nexus Turret 1 is going to go down. Nexus Turret 2 is surely to follow. And Wei, yeah, he spent a little bit of time outside of the fountain, but I think he wants back in. Please end his misery, and T1 will acquiesce. That is the Game 3 victory. T1 looking way better than they did in game number 2.
A ton of vision available here.
Oh, look at this.
Gideon
this
is going to
flank
get
ward.
spotted.
Yeah, this flank
That's a
ward by
deep
T1
flank.
is fantastic. They've got a teleport to come in as Gideon does manage to get in there with the ulti. Flash out, though, avoids the anchor, and down goes the Vi. Fisher now finds the spiraling despair onto Keria, but he's not actually that sad. Jiwoo gets over the wall. Lahen's going to be taken down as Kingen trying to do some damage here, but Oner gets on top of the Ezreal, who flashes away and gets struck by the lightning of this Xin Zhao. And T1, they may just end just here. It's only Kingen left alive, and there is so much damage.
It's not the T1 Baron, it's the T1 Otacon that does Nongshim in.
Yeah, one little kill for Kingen on the back end, but Nexus turrets are now falling. Smash 100% win rate here in the LCK Cup after his 3rd victory. Looking absolutely fantastic. To hear more about Ice Cream, but now the game's got in the way. As Faker is also just gonna dive on top of Jiwoo, who does have to use his Feather Storm. He dodges the damage of those feathers, and Faker's out of there. He's like a wraith. As now, Kingen looking for Smash, or is Smash looking for him? Super Mega Death Rocket connects onto Fisher. He doesn't get the Shuriken, and so Kingen will be going down. And Gideon now slowed down by this bowling ball that does way too much damage over time.
That's Otacon.
Yeah.
Smash can't die.
No,
Doran
Smash can die now, because the buff just wore
Oh,
off.
timed out!
Yep, Fisher is going to look for the angle here. Melee range with a manaless Jinx seems somewhat doable as he flashes in to execute Smash. Permafrost being used for what feels like the first time this game as well. Both keeping Doran alive for way too long. And Oner, he has so much AoE damage, it is disgusting. And now Faker is corralling them. Lahens is at death's door as Jiwoo is just trying his best to be alive in this situation. Another pack of feathers are just going to do nothing as it's a triple for Oner as he just tidies up Nongshim. Somehow it's Lahens that's the last man standing. But I don't know what
Doran? Is he in trouble, or is it?
I don't know who's in trouble. I think Nongshim are in trouble. As now Fisher is looking for an angle. He's spotted on a ward. Magnastorm's there. As Super Mega Death Rocket also helping out with the AoE. Oner turns up though, and Fisher is out of there. Hasn't actually offered any damage to this fight. As now Kingen desperately trying to stay alive and keep Faker away. But Gideon's down, and Smash gets excited, understandably so. With a jungler looking as good as Oner is right now, it must be pretty nice being on T1.
Oh, why are you taunting
Jesus,
Atlas?
stop this! Stop putting him there!
So mean!
It looks delicious!
It is!
Oh, and I'm also trying to do keto at the moment. I can never eat that. I just can't eat that. I want the mini-map back! Give me the mini-map, thank you!
We don't need the mini-map,
I need the mini-map! That's okay. First inhibitor, I think there was an inhibitor that went down. There was a beautiful Captain Jack there from Smash as he avoids the Glacial Prison. Some redemption to keep them all alive again, but it's Nongshim that need redemption in this game, and they are not going to get it. Fisher looking for a backline as Smash takes a bit of damage and then proceeds not to care at all about the situation. Wild Growth is going to be used, and he will actually be taken down. But we all know the real carry was in fact Oner. And Kingen now just using the fountain to keep his health bar a little bit higher as they are losing health bars on T1's side. Maybe dealing with this Nexus turret could be a good idea as the Flash Polymorph comes in to make sure that Jiwoo can't get any more work done, but he's still kind of doing it. And now Oner throwing these bowling balls around. Kingen keeping himself up here as Doran will be able to take that one. And Keria just wants to try and find the kill, but he doesn't get it in the end. And T1 will take down Nongshim.
But this is Squishy Poppy, and Chovy is 6 levels up. Oh,
well, there's the knock-up onto Doran. He can rebind that soul, but I don't know whether he can do it in time. He just explodes. And now, teleport coming in from Gen G, but they're 4 versus 5. Keen going to come down. Otacon still just hanging out in this Tri-Brush, getting aggressive. Control Ward going to stop that ward from doing anything at all as T1, they're going to try their hand at it.
Yeah, they need 30 seconds for Chovy up, and then he has TP, so the longer they stall, the better.
Yep, Grasping Root's going to be invested here as Keeper's Verdict coming down as well. Gets rid of Keen, and now Canyon going to have to try and push them away. He's relatively tanky, but maybe not tanky enough as Ruler standing his ground. The Chaos Storm is so much damage, and Smash dives in! Canyon trying to survive, but it's 2 kills for the Kai'Sa already, and the heroic charge into the turret. Keen goes down, triple kill for this Kai'Sa. And Smash, yeah, I mean, he was down in CS, that doesn't matter even a little bit. 1.6k ahead, 7-0-1.
And now Genji are hovering around Dragon, but T1 have the buff. This is dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Doran over here to the side, Keria close to him as well, and Doran just dives in the engaged Jace. There's a Chaos Storm wreaking havoc, and Ruler is dead already. 2 of them sent home, but no one dead just yet. Chovy gonna be executed by this gigantic Kai'Sa. King Dante, not enough against Smash, and Dura gonna have to flash to get out of the way. Oner chasing after him. As Faker, will he be able to land it? There it is, just a Q. Of course he can land that. That one's targeted. And Canyon running for the hills. Doran just going to make sure that he cannot contest this Dragon, and maybe he'll just kill him as well. The last man standing on the side of Genji, and that could be a clean ace if they killed him. They don't even need to, though.
Or the Jace, they're in range to hit you, and that goes a lot better for them.
Well, Chovy could be in trouble here as he does dash back, avoids the Vault Breaker very nicely, gets a knock up onto Oner, but they're just going to continue the siege, and they may as well. Brambles coming on in. And it is going to lock down Oner. He gets Mikhail's there immediately as the ulti's going to catch out Keria. So he's likely to go down. But Canyon finds himself pretty lonely at the front of this fight. Keen going to try and tank for him as Twisted Advance does bring the Jace forward, but he's not a target that you really want to be fighting. They need to try and kill Smash, who dives into the backline and looks for Ruler. He goes golden. Duro is so close to being okay, but Chovy's out of there. Cannot fight anymore. A 3 for 3. Honestly good for Genji, but they're not going to be able to keep their base alive.
They just can't take down Smash. Faker gets a mega Arcane Storm as well. 5-1-9 now in the victor, and Chovy with no...
I know. Jonah Strong really making sure that we're on our toes here as, all right, not a lot of wind up there from Keria, who just says goodbye, Keen Sante. Down goes Chovy once again. Ruler trying to do his best here as they manage to take down Doran. He flashes over, but now he's out of the fight. Keen just trying to keep himself alive. And yeah, he goes all out, locks onto Smash here as best he can, but just pops like a balloon. Good night, Genji. All of them taking a little bit of a nap here. Duro and Ruler out of there. They may as well just not be participating. And T1 looking to end this game number 1 with a bang.
See if Genji can try and clear the wave, but with a super minion, I don't think it's going to be possible. T1 still have so much threat. Keria has flash. If Ruler miss positions, you can just get wall slammed. Yeah,
he has to make sure he stands as far back as possible. Gravity Well goes down. Keria just trying to grab him. There's the flash heroic charge. That was gorgeous by Keria. His Poppy clean as ever. And down goes the Nexus. But 13-0 for the young man Smash. Certainly looking still exceptionally good here in the LCK Cup. And you're like, oh, I guess I press E now.
Yeah.
And then he can't do anything. He can't even get out.
I mean,
so
look what he's doing.
He gets stunned.
The thing is,
yeah, this is back to live. And okay, ulti coming on down there as Canyon is going lower and lower. The Azir certainly takes care of him. And so Canyon maybe not as immortal as we thought. Is Emperor's Divide going to connect? Faker thrown back towards Ruler is now Chovy. 1 versus 3. Great knock up there from Duro as the Emperor's Divide almost manages to get this one done. But oh my god, Smash able to get out the DPS and they win the fight.
Yeah, I think Canyon heard what I said. And,
oh dear, that one landed. As now Ruler, does he have the Blade Caller? The answer's almost, as Smash manages to get the auto and keeps himself alive. I thought that was the Smash Mad movie once.
Yeah. You're kind of hesitant because you're like, I don't know if I want this to land. Ruler, this is so aggressive.
Whoa, what's he doing here? This is crazy. Well, Keen is going to find the angle. Ruler gets out of there. Keria stunned up momentarily as Empress Divide throws Ruler away. He survives for a fair while. In fact, he's still alive. Oner gets over there, finishes the job. But honestly, why? Why was he there? The counter-strike was decent. Keria going down so low, it's Duro that's able to lock him down. But now Chovy is missing. It's only Keen left for the damage, and Smash is up and available. And so now all of them are taking so much damage from Oner. Keen has to sacrifice himself. There's nothing he could do. And why, Ruler? That wasn't even the Ruler spot. He was even deeper.
I have no answers to the question. Just completely out of position. T1 pounce immediately, and just as we were talking about the ability...
Anxious. But let's see what T1's going to be able to do about it. Faker, heroic entrance up and available as they back away from the Otacon and just look to lock this one down. Cyclone not getting the most value ever as they dive on top of Ruler, smashing that backline. Ruler survives for a while. Smash as well is just diving on top of Chovy, takes down both of the carries. And Keen gets one, but it is all over for this fight. T1 matters into their own hands, and Smash comes in clutch.
Oner does his job perfectly. We need to engage, we need to get on the back line. He finds an angle and Smash is there for the follow-up. Using Zeri perfectly, both carries go down. Support, is Oner going to be enough? The answer is yes, he absolutely is.
And you pseudo do have an engaged support, I guess, as Canyon was fishing for an opportunity there as another Cyclone comes down. Remember, Otacon buff means that they're just going to be sent home. Not too much more to worry about. Oh my goodness, they're kind of in the blender though, as one of them does go home. I'm pretty sure, no, never mind. No Otacon buffs actually going off, and that is just a kill onto Keen.
The redemption value mass, oh, he's looking.
Yeah, Faker manages to get the Justice Punch onto Chovy, who takes the Lantern to get himself to relative safety. Zap connects on to Smash, as Canyon has to flash to get out of this equalizer that is shredding them. Doran just wanting to put them in the barbecue, and they're diving underneath the inner. They're all going to be taking a swift trip home, but it's a double for the Zeri. And so it's already kind of doomed. They managed to get Ruler as well, and that is precisely what they were looking for.
Yeah, now they got time on the map. Long spawn timers for Canyon and Ruler.
And this Wukong is so dangerous. As Chovy, off to the side here, he's going to miss the fear onto Smash. And now Canyon has to kick him back, and there's the equalizer. Ruler now has to flash away as well as Oner is dashing forward. The extendo being so much damage onto Ruler, and he is out of the fight. The redemption helping the front line of Gen G here. But 48 seconds until Chovy's back.
I feel like Smash is just ruthless. If he senses even a slight misposition, he is the player who will hunt for it, commit his flash to make it happen. He's bringing that challenge's aggression to the LCK, and he even catches Chovy off guard. Now, Doran looking.
Yeah, Canyon, he's going to have to flash away from that one. The flash taunt from Faker as Ruler is dead once again. And T1, they weren't going to wait for it. Keen is now a beautiful little snowman, but he's also heading to the death chamber. More kills piled onto Smash as T1 will march up the mid lane, and the game, ladies and gentlemen, is done.
It's been a close series, so hard fought, but T1 as a unit, you know, we questioned how will they look with Doran. We saw Smash come in, who's looked fantastic, but as a team, as a unit,
the equalizer once again is doing beautiful things here as the spiraling despair is more what Chovy is feeling and not what T1 are feeling as they take down the Nexus and they secure first place in the group and this game against getting poked into oblivion. As level 2 has been found. Heroic charge, no stun here from Keria as now Lehans finds the hook. Onto Keria, gets the knockup, but now he's taken so much damage. Smash, one more auto will deal it, and he flashes forward to pick it up. That's first blood in this bottom lane, as the flash from G is so weird alongside that heroic charge. One more auto would do it, but it's not gonna be there, and it's a double in the bottom lane for T1. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go.
A bit of a disaster here. 2-item Azir. He kind of likes to just hit objectives and do a lot of damage to them, and you know, it's a little bit later than on 20, but about 2015.
Yep, and we're also standing on some vision here on Nongshim's side. Let's see whether they can get some sort of steal happening, as there is the flash forward. Gideon steals it, and now they get a free ticket home. Can they grab themselves some kills as well? That's the question. As 200 gold going over to Oner as they are just kind of farming these Otacon buffs. Still, it's not as bad as dying, just 5. Keria with that Keeper's Verdict can really make things tough as Doran on a flank angle. Fisher over the wall there as well. Decent assist to get on top of him. And Doran's just being thrown around this fight like a ragdoll. Fisher is now found by Keria, who does just evict Giu. Empress Divide goes wide though, as now Kingen trying to stay alive, but he's still at Otacon buff for another 20 seconds, so that's kind of cute. That's going to be Oner taking away the dragon. Flash out from Faker avoids the hook as Giu makes his way back into the fight. Coming. It's a 1-for-1 so far, but like you say, Kingen making his way back into the battle might mean that T1 aren't exactly getting out scot-free. True Shot Barrage does sail by and does nothing at all. And it looks like T1 looking for another angle. And Oner and Faker getting to work on this dragon. Cease and desist is going to connect onto Smash. Keeper's verdict just to get rid of the damage. And down goes the jungler. And that will mean Baron is available if T1 would like to take it. As now King and being discovered by Oner is exactly what Nongshim do not want. Just pick after pick here for T1. And 1 versus 5, I don't think he's going to be able to get that one. Lahan's going to get picked up by that Emperor's Divide and will be cut down where he stands as well by the onslaught of Sand Soldiers. And T1, I don't know whether they even necessarily need to take the Baron. They might just do it because they feel like it, but I think also pushing into the enemy base might be a way to win.
Yeah, well, it looks like Fisher's flash isn't going to be enough to get him out of here. And
To the skies was both a request. Steadfast Presence Dew needs to offer some damage back to at least deter them. The flash forward to miss the Q is not exactly what you want. As now Oner possibly out of position as well. Crescent Guard does absolutely nothing as now Kingin gets an all-out onto Doran. Nongshim actually finding some angles here as Faker is now on the floor. Keria and Smash the only ones left alive. Clearing him out. He does do a decent job taking them down. But now that the siege is on, this is where things get dangerous. Out goes Kingin, in goes Keria. Oner looking for an advantage onto Jiu, who's trying to stay alive, but the bullet time says absolutely not. Lahen's down to 50%, make that 30 and make that dead. Emperor's Divide doesn't do a whole lot because the all-out gets Kingin through it, but he also heads straight to the death chamber. It's a triple kill for Smash. Fisher the last man standing, and there was a blip. There was a bit of a hiccup, but ultimately the outcome was still the same as it's been dictated throughout the entirety of the game. T1 just too good in this game number 1.
very dominant game from
the mind games, and it's a little bit more understandable. But that one in the top lane was certainly not one you want. This could be another opportunity for that, as now Lens wants to be able to find it. Kuhn now going to connect as he flashes on over. Fisher's in so much trouble, still going to survive. They take down the Lee Sin first, the repel to get Lehens out of dodge. And now Jiu's on the board, picks up the kill onto Keria. Faker now in trouble, and it's a double for the Ash. Nongshim coming back in a big way here in game 2.
I mean, it's just
as Wojcik going to give away the position here of Smash. Keria comes in though, lands the Bone Skewer as Kingin's in a bit of trouble as well. Lehens is just dead. Explosions there as the ulti's looking really cool. A double in theory, but it is just egg form. And still, that's a 4-man ult from Fisher. Smash gonna get ripped to shreds. And they take down Faker as well. Back immediately channeled here as Keria is trying to go home. And now flashing over the wall is Gideon, safeguarding out his Oner, and I think he will survive for the moment. But man, I thought that was so much. Can make some of these Yone plays work out, as Kingin also may just be dead, which would also be bad, but Oner's going to dive in. There's the safeguard kick as Lehens comes through. Oner is going to die, so it's a 1-for-1, but Lehens is now finding himself a little bit trapped underneath this turret. That turret is very angry, and Smash taking a lot of damage here. Lehens, I don't know about this one, buddy. Still, can he get in range of the Q, as there's the repel, and he gets the execute. Not enough that Keria can do about it, as now Faker will turn up, but Fisher is now landed. Keria looks for the ultimate, doesn't quite find it, but still, the stun is going to connect. Keria going to be falling, as we've also got Gideon getting eaten by a very angry robot Yordle, and Jiu, can he actually avenge him? The answer is perhaps, because we just continue to fight here in this game. Doran now running for the hills, Faker looking for Fisher, he flashes, he picks it up. And it's 8-8 as far as the kill score, and if we don't get a Ruinous Otacon in this game, I will eat my hat. Fight their way back into some control around this river as Gideon pushing forward. Arrow going to connect there onto Oner, the double stun, the layering CC, but he gets himself out with the safeguard, and now Gideon is burning down. Faker, Valkyries to reposition, and now it's Smash's Killer Instinct. He didn't even need a button with that name on it. He already just had that, but it is working out for them. Keria looking for another Bone Skewer, but honestly, the damage has been done. 3 on the floor for Nongshim, and maybe even more as the ulti gets Fisher out, but Kingin, he doesn't have one of those. Burning, but now he's just going to have to flap his way out. And this outer turret, not long for the world, as T1 just look to take down the stragglers. Oh dear, yeah, that is a Void Seeker that's going to put him down towards the egg, and down goes Yone as well. Faker's health bar suffered a little bit, but nothing to worry about. As now Otacon could be an option here. They are relatively low as far as.
Speaking of,
Oh, Lehen's unfortunately not allowed to go home. The equalizer going to stop that. Now Keria looking for an opportunity to take him down. He's going to slink through. Does get tagged as, oh god, just like 3 buttons and he's dead. Fisher not going to be allowed to escape here. Does get a big old shield as he flashes on top of Faker. He almost goes down. Eventually Gideon does secure that kill as the Bone Skewer this time just barely going to go wide. And Doran going to get taken down. Gideon now finding some of these angles, some of these opportunities as he gets on top of Smash with a Heartbreaker. Now Gio with these auto attacks as Keria is just going to get auto down. And Oner possibly out of position. There's the kick. Follows in order to take down Gideon, but the stun is going to be there, and there's the Ash damage we've been waiting for. Nongshim able to fight back. This was with Baron. Yeah. Longer, but Oner says he's going to split push, take down a mid lane inhibitor turret, and T1 to continue to push forward. King in. Gonna get just engaged on here by Keria. King goes golden. Keria likely to die as Gideon is just burning. That is going to be the rocket to take him down. Actually, the last tick of Ignite, I believe, was what removed him there. And Nongshim continuing to play defense. Arrow going to connect onto this Rumble as the ulti from Fisher. It might be enough there to be able to take him down, but instead he goes golden. Oner now taken down to his GA. Smash is getting autoed down by Giu, who's standing and delivering as far as this damage is concerned. If he's not instantly killed, things can be better unless Oner does that. Now the entire bottom lane is being wiped out. He does have to sacrifice himself for it. Speaking of sacrifices, Doran will be taking down Fisher, the hero, as Kingen versus Faker, a tale as old as time, or at least one that's at least 3 years old. Existing on Summoner's Rift. This could be another one though, as Keria going to look for a Bone Skewer, connects it after the Heartbreaker. This guy is sick. Oner now looking to try and connect that Q, but the arrow is going to be what lands. Nice little stun there as in goes Oner looking for another opportunity. Kingen just trying to play defense, as picks him out of the air again. How does Keria keep doing this? Now looks for the engagement in the backline, sacrifices himself at Smash to find an avenue in. He's going to take down Giu, and Fisher somehow misses everyone with that ultimate. That actually, I don't think that's on Fisher. That should have hit something, I think. As now Faker is going to say enough with the shenanigans, and he's looking to end this game right here. The most kills in a game here for the LCK Cup ever. And Fisher is still going to try and get more, at least give more, as 2 go down before Smash is given some time with this Nexus. Doran also going to be able to clear out the kill onto King and gets the ace, and this is going to be the 2-0 for T1. Welcome to the playoffs of the LCK Cup. You'll be up against either DRX or Humble Life Esports, depending on who wins the next best of 3. But T1 right. It's a lot of action to start this one off. HLE not wanting T1 to be able to close the gap, and Keria says, I will do that. And Peanut already extraordinarily low. You can see all the AoE damage is massive. Viper and Smash fighting towards the top side, but Faker going to be the first one to go down. Peanut the immediate answer, and Zeus will be able to execute Keria off the back end. Doran does not like that, and so he's going to melt almost all of them. Viper and Smash continuing to fight. This is just ridiculous. So far, it's a T1 win in the battle. But man, I just want to see more action like this throughout the rest of this game. As now Viper's in trouble, down to 200. Dancing Grenade, Deadly Flourish going to miss. Oh! And he doesn't have the flash, and this extended 1v1 is going to be a Smash solo kill in the end.
That's why you pick Rumble, baby. Play for these early fights. I was a bit worried for T1. They didn't have the Wukong out, crucially, but neither did Peanut. Didn't have his ult available. Zeka also with a costly miss, I'm pretty sure, of the ultimate, because a little bit of Herald.
And so the teleport's come through from Doran. Okay, he's going to show up. They want to fight for this, but that is going to be the Herald coming on through. Zeus looking to try and start this one. Has already broken it up as the equalizer. It goes down. Zeka taking so much damage. He shouldn't be there. And that's 2 wiped out already. Viper is free hitting, but the Chaos Storm is so dangerous, and Smash is over the wall. They have nowhere to go. They're in the blender, and that means a triple kill for Faker. Zeus is now going to move towards his turret, but it is on 0 health. And he's the last man standing. What are they supposed to do? He's going to look to try and get back. He does have at least the empowered recall, so that is...
Their poke is good.
Yep, they've certainly got some tools. The sieging capabilities are there with people like Zeka. As okay, Equalizer just going to be thrown on top of Peanut, and the Spiraling Despair is exactly that for Doran. He just gets wiped out. Zeka going to grab that kill, and there's no response here for T1 so far, as it looks like positioning around the dragon is what we're fighting for. Zeus looking for an angle, but there's a Cyclone from Oner. Peanut gonna explode. Gets destroyed by Smash, and now we'll see whether Zeus can find some kills. Gets one onto the Monkey, wanting to charge up that Q, but doesn't quite get there. Zeker and Viper, a fair bit of damage, and Delight's moving in to beat that front line. 3 versus 3 now in the fight, but the stun from the gravity field is massive. Look at these Qs though, but here is Smash with that curtain call, and Delight doesn't seem to really notice. Keria dives forward, somehow Delight's still alive.
Whoa.
Avoids the deadly flourish, but that's Zeker having to flash away, and it's not enough. Viper, can he do it? The answer's no. Gets popped like a balloon, and T1, they'll win another fight.
A man with a dream and a mission, and again, a lot of ults are out. They have good poke. I can't make it. It's too late.
Yeah, this Baron is so incredibly low. It is going to be secured here by Oner. Deadly Flourish just barely avoided by Viper, was nicely done, but his don't have very much damage, and Doran is just flashing in. Peanut in so much trouble, and yeah, between a rock and a hard place doesn't really do it justice. There's 2 on the floor already. Another beautiful gravity field position there as Zeus is just going to be stunned up and burnt down. Delight goes as well. It's a double for Oner off the back end of that, and with 5 men standing, T1 are going to march down the mid lane, utilize this brand new Baron buff, and send us to a game number 3.
T1, after a very lackluster game number 1, strike back with some amazing team fighting. That mid-jungle duo is going to be looked at, but even Doran on the Rumble, earning the prio on that pick.
Oh, yeah.
Through in this one, and Atlas. I know you're normally the one that does this, but I am looking at my hand.
See it. Ward is such high value. Control ward's there, so HLE not going to be surprised by Oner's entrance. I don't think they can do this.
Keria's moving in as well. He seems to agree. Meganar is about to time out.
Yeah, the wallop is going to be mitigated here by Zeus, and Faker gets out of the Gnar stun. Otacon going to have to be given up here, I think. And Zeker moving in. Exactly right. Keria going to be pushed away, but now Doran started the battle. The dash is forward here as the Glacial Prison going to get picked up. Doran still trying to dash around the fight, but that is going to be the shutdown. Delight gets rid of his former teammate, and Keria executes Zeker on the back end. Otacon's still mad. Okay, finally does reset, and now Oner at relatively full health. It's a big old shield here from Delight, but it's not going to save him. What an absolute mess here on both sides, but mainly for HLE. Not really with too much of a plan, and Viper once again throws a skill shot to Narnia.
That's it! I saw the value!
Cheeky knocker. Doesn't press the button as there's a Moonfall. There's the combo. Keria taken down first here, but you can see they're focusing on Zeker. They'll be able to take him down. Smash. Free hitting as Viper just Valkyries his way out. Oh no. Not quite able to catch up, and now Faker gets over the wall, finds the charm onto Viper. The Heartbreaker is exactly that for HLE. As Viper... All right, this is an interesting response. We'll see whether HLE actually react to it, as Smash has put up a bit of a wall around these little Otacon walls.
Otacon's gone.
Yeah, but they don't really care about that position. Oner trying to get in, he's almost in range. Finally steals it! And now T1 should be able to massacre the fight once again! Oner just rips it away from HLE. Oh, these smites have not really been going Peanut's way throughout this matchup in general, but Oner just keeps on doing it. That's Silver Scrapes right there. That was the moment. That's where we started hearing it. Rocketing them to a 5,000 gold lead. There was like nothing in it between both of these teams for this whole game, as Faker is going to be coming over, finds a charm, connects it onto Peanut, but now can they find the Wombo combo? That's the question. Already, they're trying to send them home, and a couple of them will be leaving, but that's not a real kill, and HLE are the ones that are falling by the wayside. Faker now trying to utilize this buff to grab a little bit more.
Oh, this is a trap waiting to be sprung.
Yep, some looming Faker as they change positions. Somehow it's kind of working though, as there's the knockup. Faker is going to be sent home, still has the Otacon buff, and they take down the Diana, as there goes Zeker as well. Zeus trying to make his way out as Viper, ace in the hole, tries to take the blast cone. The counter strike not quite in range, as Doran just wants another leap strike, and there it goes, empowers him. And Delight is not long for the world, ladies and gentlemen. Does use the repel to create a little bit of distance. It's a nice cocoon, but it's only a matter of time. They're going to have to answer this, as Baron could really spell the end. As another one, Viper just walks into him. He is able to block the last bullet as Zeka does throw down the ultimate here. Peanut looking for Doran. Viper trying to kite him as best he can, but oh man, that lamppost is so dangerous. Oner and Zeus are fighting towards the top side, but HLE are just falling apart. And Oner now just slinks into the mist and looks to try and take down his former teammate, and he doesn't. Zeus puts him in his place, but I don't think that one really matters. Faker now looking for his shot as Zeka fighting against Doran, and Doran says, nobody. It's only when we're teammates that you'll be able to get the best of me. As Smash and Keria moving towards the top side just to get the work. Oner moves on in. A bubble going to connect onto Peanut. That is such huge news, but unfortunately not able to find the paddle star as now Zeus may need to try and get out of here. Remember, he has no way out. There is the curse of the sad money, but Peanut is going to get executed. You can see now the Olaf chasing after Smash, but the Soraka's doing her job to bail out. Not able to work. And now it's Viper that needs to do it. He finds one, but Smash just executes him. It's an axe to the back of the head, and Zeka will not have the damage. T1 will find the team fight.
And that Blasco might be what ends up deciding this game, Atlas. Just one silly little Blasco. Just one!
Oh, Brendan Valdez is somewhere extraordinarily upset as T1 with 4 members and now moving towards the enemy base. Is it over right here? Surely not.
Oh, I don't know.
It's 32 minutes. They've taken the inhibitor now. They've got a minion wave. I mean, Peanut's going to be here, but can he kill the wave in time? I don't think so. He gets on top of Smash, and he needs to kill these minions. He will be able to get them. He's got a lot of bandages. His turret is so incredibly angry, and T1 will back away. Still